Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Melissa. So, it's raining out. And I ain't gonna power at my house. So I figured I would come down here and get some work done on taxes. It's almost time to put them in the mail. I'm waiting on the warrant for sending them out to make sure that my numbers line up with the assessor's numbers before we can get them in the mail. But I thought I would do some editing on a video while I'm taking a break from that. And hopefully you can hear me over the rain. It's raining pretty good. Pretty decently. Anyways, we got some free hay from an Amish farm. Somebody else had posted it for the Amish on Facebook. And my husband saw it and I said, you know what? Just go ahead and get it because they will not feed it to their horses. So they were already square baled up, but they don't feed it once it gets rained on to their horses because it can mold and things like that. And the cows will pick through it and it won't make them sick like it will a horse. So I was like, yeah, let's do it. And it ended up being a whole wagon full. So we dropped off a bunch of it at our house before I got there because my husband and my son went and got the wagon full, and I went and got my nails done because why not? I enjoy having my nails done. Even though I work in a factory and work on machines all night, usually fingers come out covered in grease and oil and all sorts of nasties. I look like a mechanic when I walk out of there. And living on a farm, but I still get them done. I enjoy it. Makes me feel girly. So I do that. Anyways, they had just about everything done at the house. And so then we took the rest of it over to my brother-in-law's house, which is where we keep our cow and the steers at. And so we unloaded it into his barn. And then towards the end of the video, you'll see that my brother-in-law with his kids showed up because they were going to do... That was a good lightning. Holy cow. That scared me. They do... their pigs are at our house. And they had to clean. It's a good storm. Took out my power, so... So they showed up towards the end. And then we went to the... It's like a GOP. It was a Republican thing. It was a meet and greet. The sheriff was supposed to be there, or was there. There's a few other people that are running for like local county things. And township board, they're running for township trustee. 2 people that are running for the township supervisor. And my husband is running for trustee again this year. I'm not running for re-election. The woman who is running, I talked to her before I decided not to run to make sure that somebody was running, because I don't want to just up and not have a treasurer in our township. I don't want to leave my township like that. But I have had enough. I've had my fill of politics. Even though it is only at a township level, I've had my fill. Definitely had my fill. So I've got a clip of this one guy. He showed up in this like military vehicle. I'm very intrigued by the guy. I'm not gonna lie. He when he introduced himself, he was like, I know I look homeless. I didn't do any video of the guy. Just his truck, because it's like a military vehicle that he showed up on with his campaign sign. And so I thought that was very entertaining. So I'll add that clip at the end. But it was out in a field that this was done in a field over by my house. And so this guy intrigued me. However, the candidate that is running against him, I have known for 20 plus years. Him and his family are great people. They've been in the community. This guy has also been in the community his whole life. I just don't know who he is. I didn't go to school with him. Our paths have never crossed. I don't live in a huge township, but for the precinct delegate that they're running for the 7th district for our county, it is 3 different townships, which is, he does not live in our township that I'm aware of. So I assume he lives in one of the other 2 townships. But I wanted to show his vehicle because, I mean, nowadays, it's the best way to show up, I'm concerned. But, yeah. Like I said, the person that is running against him, I've known for a long time. I've known his family for a long time. And, but this guy is very, very interesting in the things that he had to say. So, got to give everybody their shot. But I'll show you the hay and then that vehicle. air conditioning break. Alright, so I showed a little overview of the people that were just out there socializing. So after I got home, we heard a tree fall, and I texted this picture to my son Andrew because this is his parts truck that's in the backyard. And then while we were out there looking at it, another tree fell. This is my chicken coop where my turkeys and my gooses. It didn't hit the actual coop, but it hit all of the outside stuff. We still have our turkeys and my goose in there. But there's Aaron in the back. But it completely covered his truck. So when you see around it, like the generator's running in the back, so it is a little loud. Let me turn that off. So this was the tree that had fallen, and then underneath all of this is his truck. So we've got like our trailer over here. He's got his Suburban that he's still working on. And then underneath this is that truck. And I thought it was funny because it's not mine and it's a parts truck. Also, you can see in one of the videos of the wood, or not the wood, of the hay, like one of the kids was sitting down. That was my son. He was mostly stuck in the barn for a lot of the unloading, and it was 90 plus degrees out. We're grateful for the rain and for the way cool down here. And it was very hot in the barn without any air, so he'd come out to sit down on one of the bales. But the hay that we keep is at my husband's brother's house, which is where we keep that. And then the person that showed up to help with his kids is my sister's husband with her kids. So we did that and got everything put up and then put away, and hopefully it'll be good for if we won't run out of hay. We haven't run out of hay. But when we go to fair, things like that, it's easier to bring square bales, and we usually end up buying square bales from another farmer to take to fair to put them in the trailer so that they can, because I don't have a space at fair to put a round bale. So we always end up buying them. So to find them free, we were very grateful. And if it does go bad, I can always use it as bedding in my chicken coops. So at best I've got hay for my cows. At worst, I've got hay for like 7 years for my chickens because there was so much of it. And I told my husband, next time I get a brilliant idea and say, yeah, go ahead and do it, we should see how much there is first, because that was a lot of work, especially when it's 90 plus degrees out. And we did it all in the morning. Well, they did most of it in the morning. They went at 9 and I had my appointment for my nails at 9:30. So, but grateful for the free hay. That it'll definitely be used at fair. And if anybody else needs some, we will definitely let them have some as well. We only had one person ever ask us for square bales, and we don't do square bales. We only have a round baler. We'd like to get a square baler, but it's just, we can't afford any new tractors as it is. The tractors that we're using are older than all of my kids, because we can't really afford new tractors. So we just use the ones that we have and get by buying parts after batteries, hydraulic hoses. Mostly is about the only thing that we have to. None of the air conditioning or the windows work in the big tractors. And then we've got the loader tractor, and that thing seems to have problems where it doesn't want to start, especially in the wintertime. But we get by, do what we can. Poor people farming. Not really poor people, but we both work multiple jobs so that we can afford to have the life for our kids that we want. Gotta do what you gotta do. But if you like what you're watching, please consider subscribing, liking, sharing, all that good stuff. Bye.